mock draft for you guys. I do not think the Bengals will pick number one overall, but that's what this mock draft database has as number one overall pick. But there is no way I think Bengals are picking number one overall. Just so you guys know, this is not where I have them picking. So yeah, but here we go. Bengals are number one. They really I like Hunter, but I didn't. They Bengals if Jamar Chase needs a payday, Higgins needs a payday. I said that there's some young guys, and I think Hunter is a good corner try receiver. I think, but I don't think he's the number one wideout, which is what they need more. Because he's in corner help, but they need more receiver help than that. So I'm going wide receiver number one, and I'll give them to Tyrio, McMillan, and Oliveira. So I like they could use a wideout. I like what I said before. I didn't. They're not picking number one. They just are not. Like they're too good to be picking number one. But they just has hey they lost, so they're high up. But I don't know. Yeah. Now I got Commanders. They could use both cornerback and wide receiver help. I think Hunter would be more of a wide receiver in the NFL just because he's a great wide receiver. They get paid more than corners. So yeah. But hey, corner Hunter could be a fine corner too. But they could use both because outside Terry McLaurin, they did not have much at wide out. At corner, they're not that great. They had some recent draft picks, but even then, so I'm not giving Travis Hunter about Colorado. I got Las Vegas Raiders. Carson Becky's been doing good so far, but Raiders don't have a great team, but they have some good players. Just they did not have a good quarterback. Like Minshew is alright, and it's not that good. Connell's not good at all. I don't give him hopefully their quarterback of the future. I don't give him Carson Beck out of Georgia. I got the Cleveland Browns. It's another team I do not think I'm picking this high once it comes to that. Mark Cooper is a free agent, but I think they don't be able to re-sign him. So I don't think they're gonna take a wide out. But they could use it at they could really use number one edge. But also Jedrick Wills has been injured a lot lately. Jack Clark's been injured a lot lately. MJ Wills is a free agent. They're trying to extend him, it sounds like. If they don't extend him, it would be good to get your like it could be good to have your future your tackle future because they do have a young one. I'll take your out say it. But Conklin is 30 as well. So yeah, but Jerry Smith, he's I think 31, 32. So they could and so they obviously some edge here, but they don't have much edge outside of them. So I don't give us a matchup. I don't give them James Pierce Jr. of Tennessee. Now I got Denver Broncos. Penix now look very good week one. He just did not like they didn't have much to wide out, but so they could have burden. To get a corner like Will Johnson, we could use number two corner opposite of Pat Surtain. That'd be great because he's a really good player. Michigan struggled, but he's still been fine. So I'm not giving Will Johnson at Michigan, but and they could also use a wide receiver though. Now we got the Carolina Panthers. They looked terrible week one. If Will Johnson was still here, I would give them him. Morrison has struggled a little bit. I don't think he's gonna be worth 6 overall pick as of now. Sucks. Derek Brown might be done for the year. That sucks there. So yeah, but outside of him, they don't have much. I think it's a little early for Abdul Carter in my mind. They have wide receiver that they really legit. They have Adam Thielen. They have Deontay Johnson. Thielen, he's up there. He only after this season only have one more year. Johnson, he's all right. Burden, legit's unproven. So I don't give him some wide receiver help. I don't want to give them Luther, Burden, and Mizzou just because I think it's a little early for some of the other positions and needs. Now we got the New York Giants. I think this is a little early for Shadur Sanders, but they need a QB. Daniel Jones looked terrible week one. They can Dan Jones, you can thank the Vikings for that big contract, and you paid them back, but the terrible week one game for against them. So they really need a quarterback. Those look terrible. Drew Lock is not your guy of the future either. They don't have anybody that's their future QB. But Shadur Sanders, because he did not do that good. He didn't have great protection this last week either. But I don't give him. Quinn Ewers out of Texas. Now we got the Ravens. Another team that is not going to be picking this high. But just change it up a little bit. So yeah, we got the Ravens. You got Stanley and Rosengarten and Makari at tackles, but Stanley is often injured. Rosengarten, you don't know what you have in him yet. So I'll give them if they're picking this. I don't think they're picking this high, but like let's give them a tackle of the future. Play Stanley. Let's check how old is Stanley. Stanley is 30, so he is 30, so he's not exactly young either. So I'm gonna give him Will Campbell out of LSU. Look at the Tennessee Titans. This is a team I think something picking this high, if not higher. Like their defense looked good, their offense struggled. Like if it wasn't for their offense, they special teams they would have won that game probably because their offense threw a 56. Their special teams had a block punt and return for a touchdown. So like the only two touchdowns the Titans gave up wasn't even by their defense. Like defense gave up 0 touchdowns and they lost. So yeah, we got Titans here. So yeah, they could really use like an edge. Like they got Jeffrey Simmons, but he's more of a DT. Got Harold Landry and RNT, but those guys aren't that really good. Those number one players, they're all right, and Landry's like never healthy, anyways. So I'm gonna give him some edge help. I'm gonna give him Abdul Carter out Penn State. Now we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. I would love to tackle. I would have loved if Campbell fell here, but I think to give them their future left tackle. I think this is a little early for Banks. I just think it is like he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I just think it's a little early for something they could really use their tackle of the future. We brought in Eric Armstead, so I don't think they're going to go with Graham, and he hasn't been that great so far. Anyways, I'm not giving some corner help. Outside Tyson Campbell, they don't have much. He's still in the injury right now. So I'm going to give him Mitchell Morrison, Al Dame. Back in the Indianapolis Colts, another team that could use a corner. I would love Morrison here for them. I think it's a little early for him. Denzel Burke, obviously, because I don't think it's too early for Morrison, so I just took him. So now they'll give him Burke. We could use a tight end, but I think it's a little early for Loveland. Sterling Woods, he's not been that great. He's done for the year. They got Tyler Granson and Cox are not the number one tight end. So I think it's still early for Loveland. But they could use the safety out back. Let's right back to 1 year deal. So yeah, I'm gonna give them Malachi Starks from out Georgia. I think again, I'm thinking I don't know, but not gonna walk this time. We got the Cardinals. They can really use corner help. Burke is still a little too early for Burke, but they can really use some defensive line help. Like they had Jerry Robinson. I'm not giving the line help. I don't give them Mason Graham out of Michigan. Now we got Atlanta Falcons. Kirk did not look good week 1. Hopefully, he just needs some more time with his new weapons, new team. They will gel and be a little better. They're not very good. And Steelers, they always have good defense as well. So it's not like we face a team that's going to have a terrible defense at the end of the year. I don't think Steelers don't have a good defense. They always do under Tomlin. So yeah. Okay, they need edge help. Like they had a Matthew Judon, but he's on a 1 year deal. He could leave. And opposite other than him, they don't have much anyways. So I'm gonna give them Nick Scorton out Texas A&M. They need edge help. Like even then, Judon's in his 30s, so like how much longer can he play? And even then we got the Green Bay Packers. Like everybody like was trying to give them then Cooper DeJean last year. They didn't get him. I'm trying to. Did they draft a corner? I don't. Let's go to the Packers depth chart. I don't think they did. Yeah, they drafted a safety in Boulder, and added Kenny and free agency, but they didn't draft the corner. And Stokes is always seen with injury. Keyshawn Nixon, he's a fine stop. He's also just a great returner. So I'm not giving some cornerback help. I'm not give him Denzel Burke of Ohio State. Even then, Terry Alexander did not look that good week 1. He got torched by A.J. Brown at points. Look at the LA Rams. Like they could use Stafford looked good week 1. They could still use quarterback future. Stafford's getting older. Sounds like they're doing week by week. They could also use a tackle. Quarterback, that's more important. So I'm not giving them their hopefully future franchise quarterback after Stafford retires. And give them your development. I don't give them Shadur Sanders out of Colorado. I got the New York Jets. I would have loved a quarterback for them. I think it's still early for Ward. Been good so far. Just don't, I think it's still a little early to be this. Give him have him top 16 pick on him. So I'm not gonna do that. They could use tight end. I think the producer Tyler Conklin, free agent, and even then he could do a lot better as your number one tight end. And then so yeah, they could also use a wide receiver. But I'm higher on Loveland and Abuka, and they do have Garrett Wilson versus they don't have a great tight end. So I'm gonna give them Colson Loveland out of Michigan. So I think it's still early for my next quarterback. Now we got the San Francisco 49ers. Man, if you're not honestly, you're glad the Rams did not take a tackle because Tim Williams makes sense, gave him a new deal, but he's ridiculously old, but he's still at a great level. And even then, Colin McKivitz is not that good of a right tackle. So I don't give them right tackle for now. Hope maybe eventual right tackle of your future. I don't give them Calvin Banks out of Texas. I got the Philadelphia Eagles. Like their interior offensive line struggled outside Dickerson. I think it's still early for interior offensive line. Just interior offensive line is not valued a ton in the first round. It just isn't. The Eagles love just drafting a ton of edge. So that's an option there. But so yeah, trying to kind of look. Who else would I consider here? Yeah, I know what. I don't give them JT Tumuai out of Ohio State. Just give some extra edge help because they love having edge help. Brendan Graham's probably retiring after this season. He can't play it forever. Look at the Saints. Carded good week one, but that's against the Panthers. The Panthers are just not good. So yeah, but I think still a little early for Ward. They could use a tackle, but I think it's time to go to the defensive line. Like Saunders and Shepard are both in their 30s, so you could do a lot better than them. You got Brian Breesy, but he hasn't done much. So if you can get Breesy and Michael Williams, your defensive line duo of the future, that's great. So I'm giving Michael Williams out of Georgia. Now we get the LA Chargers. Love them this year. I would be giving them way too early for the next tight end. So yeah, like they could have gone Michael Williams here. I still think they're going defensive line. I don't. Dan Tran hasn't been that great either so far. Don't take him, even know if they could reunite him with Harbaugh. But I'm still not going to find some blind help. I'm not giving Deion Walker out of Kentucky. Now we got the Minnesota Vikings. They their top two corners, Ivan Murphy and Stephen Gilmore, are both free agents. Super Griffin, their starting slot for week one, is also a free agent. So their top three corners all free agents. They're pretty young outside of that. So they just don't have much. They could use some defensive line help as well, but they need corner. I know giving Tacario Davis out of Arizona. Now we got the Miami Dolphins. It's hunting to go tackle, but they just don't value offensive line much. They just don't. They never have. But they could use some defensive line help. Try to replace Christian Wilkins. They brought in some rotational pieces, not really any great starters. So try to replace Wilkins. Chris Campbell is their big one. He is on a new deal, and he's also another guy pretty old. So I'll give some defense line help. And I don't go Kenneth Grant though. I'm not still saying the Big Ten. I'm not giving Tyleik Williams at Ohio State. I'll get the Chicago Bears. Another team that could use some defensive line help. Even if they lose, Allen for agency or let them walk, I don't think they're going to go wide receiver in the first round because they still have DJ Martin, Roman Dunjay. I don't think they would go tackle just because they got two young tackles. They could use some defensive line help. They could use it at edge opposite of Montez Sweat. But I think I'd rather go defensive lineman, kind of ground out of Michigan, get some defensive line help. They have recent draft picks, but none of the guys have done much. Now go Patriots team that still should be drafted higher than this. But if you have a good tackle, fall into LSU. Take him. I'm not giving Emory Jones Jr. out of LSU. They got LSU tackle again. Just a little different. That's a different one. They gave him Jones instead of Will Campbell. Now we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They really both Fields and Wilson are running your foot in their deals. And even then, I don't like Wilson this point. I don't really like Fields that much. He's just a good rushing quarterback. So I don't give him their quarterback of the future. I don't give him Cameron Ward out of Miami, Florida. Been great. Miami, Florida has been great so far. So then we got the Seattle Seahawks. Another team that could have used Ward if he was here to be your future after Gino leaves. I don't. This too early, in my opinion, for the next quarterback, so I'm not going to do that. Could use some edge help because they John Murphy, John Murphy versus DT, got Junior Wusu and Koye Mafe. But he could do better than that. Like I don't think they're terrible. We could do better. Could also use linebacker out because Wagner's gone, Jordan Brooks is gone. Got like some rotational linebackers, nothing great. So I don't give him Harold Perkins out of LSU. He can also play some edge, but he can also play some linebacker. Okay, Dallas Cowboys. Like it could really running back Zeke look fine, but he's on the 1 year deal. So as long as he stick around, I don't give him some wide receiver help. I don't know because Brent Cook's free agent, and they don't have much outside of CD after that. So I don't give him a Emeka Buka out of Ohio State. Now we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Our team, I don't think they're taking tight end high anymore just because he recently extended all great. So I don't think they're gonna do it super high just because of that. Even though I don't think Ray's gonna be great number one tight end. So yeah, could use a tackle. They got John Taylor. That's his second round pick on one. But like John Taylor's been bad. I don't but just because they invest John Taylor still has 2 years left on a huge deal. I don't think John Taylor to tackle in the first round. Like they got at corner, they got Chuck McDuffie and two right corners. So I think they could use some corner help. I'm gonna give them Trevon Ravel Jr. of East Carolina. Now we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So like they need edge help. Um, yeah, they got Yaya Diaby and Joe Tryon-Chika. Chika's a bust. Diaby had a good rookie year with Savios. I think they could do a lot better. I'm not giving Jack Sawyer of Ohio State. Now we got the Houston Texans. What makes him a great week one, but I think there's potentially he could leave. Like, let's check his contract. Joe Mixon contract. Let's just check this out. It's like Mixon has a free agent. I think they could use a running back. No, he isn't a free agent until 2027. So never mind then, because they don't have much of a running back. Dean Peterson's not done much, but John Mixon did great week one for them. So they're not going to do that. But D'Amico Ryan said, great linebackers and San Fran. They did bring in Zia Sociedad, so they didn't really need one. They could use some defensive line help just because, and Miko loves that great defensive lineman. So yeah, well, Niners just in general, but that's where Miko came from. 200 for next corner. So I don't give him some D line help. I don't give him lots of Nolan at Ole Miss. They got the Detroit Lions. Monra struggled week one, but that was week one. So yeah, and they got Jameson Williams. So, but I don't give it's a different lineup. They got Graham Glass now. They got Kevin Zeiler. Both of them in their 30s. So I know that keep those guys for another year and then get a rotation. Develop Jonah Sevilla of Arizona. Give him some better, just some good replacement for them. Or one of them might just leave or retire. Both of them are getting to that point where how much longer do they play? I got the Buffalo Bills. Like they're not taking running backs. Like I would love to take a running back. It's just like the Cowboys were like the team ever to taking running back, but I think they could use our receiver more just because running backs aren't super valued. They don't have much that wide outside CD if Brandon Cooks walks. But the Bills aren't taking one of the first because they got James Cook, so they're not taking a running back in the first round. So yeah, Greg still looked great week one. Who do I want to take? You know what? They had Taylor Rapp and number three. Why am I blanking on his name? The guy who almost passed away in the football field a couple years ago. Damar Hamlin. But Damar Hamlin, he could do a lot better than that. Taylor Rapp, He's fine, but he could do better than that as well. So I'm gonna give him Kevin Winston Jr. out Penn State and some better safety help, giving some depth in that secondary. So yeah, I'd love to take one of those running backs because this running back tax is really good. It's just something I don't think you're not. I don't think unless like especially how good this running back class is, you're not gonna take running back that high. And like when I got to late rounds, like Bears don't. I mean, one like they just invested a lot of money in DeAndre Swift. Dolphins don't need one. They got Devin on each team. They got Mostert. They drafted somebody. Then Patriots didn't under Steven Taylor. Have a great week one. Steelers have Najee Harris. They have Jalen Moore. Seahawks have Kenneth Walker and Jack Charbonnet. Cowboys are like the only team that really needed one at this point. Chiefs had Pacheco. Bucks have Rashad White. Texans have Joe Mixon for a couple more years. Lions, obviously, they have Jahmyr Gibbs and Dave Montgomery. And Bills have James Cook. So, like, there just isn't a lot of teams in the late first that need running backs. There's a lot of good running backs. Like the Vikings, they could maybe use one just if Darren Jones leads, but like they're not taking a running back over a corner because they need cornerback a lot. Chargers, they got J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, so they maybe, but it's not getting a little early at 20. Still, Saints, they have Alvin Kamara still. Eagles, they just added signed Saquon. Niners have CMC. Jets have Brees Hall. Rams have Kyron Williams, Blake Corum. And Packers have Josh Jacobs. So it's like some of these teams like in the late mid to late first round don't really need running backs. And if they do, they have bigger position needs that fell to where they were drafted. So that's what I took instead. That's because running backs like their position isn't valued super high anymore. So like for teams, if they need our position is more valuable and it's there, they're gonna do that instead more likely than not. So that's just what happened. There's some great running backs. I'll show it. Let's just go. I'm not gonna do a mock draft or anything. Not a mock draft. I'm just gonna go and show you some great running backs. So yeah, we got Ashton Genty, great. No, wait to say we have Question Junkins, go Ollie Gordon, Marion Hampton, all four really good running backs. Genty and Gordon probably the only two guys that we consider in the first round. More likely Genty. But yeah, still, that's how good it was. Like four really good running backs, and you got some other good ones. Don Edwards, he's not even 80. Like he's been terrible so far. So yeah, yeah, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good one.